All right, I want to welcome you. Let me start out by saying I have tried to get into studying something about these artifacts, and I tell you, it's absolutely overwhelming. I am a complete novice about this, so I stand to be corrected on probably 99% of what I am going to say about these pieces. Let me also say that I did not collect these pieces. These pieces were collected by my grandfather Floyd down near Owensville, Indiana. That's the southern part of the state. However, I will say that I actually was raised on a farm that had, or was reported to have, a settlement of Native Americans of about 1,000. And I can remember as a young boy people coming out and hunting for arrowheads. And why we as kids did not take advantage of that opportunity, it's a regret I guess I'll have to live with. Let's start out by these let's start out looking at these projectile points. I've tried to kind of classify them. This piece here is either a broken stem tail, or I believe it's what they called a partial tail. And then you see this one, it's slightly dovetailed, and it's broken there. And then here's another one that's broken there. Let me flip that over. Yep. And here's another stem tail. And I guess you could consider it side notched. Then here's one with side notching and a longer tail. Then here's a nice looking one, side notched here. And then this, I believe you call it, well, it might be a chip, but might be slightly bifurcated, I believe is the word. I'm doing the best I can. This kind of has a dovetail to it, and it's side notched. And then here's a side notched one with this broader tail here. And then here's a side notched. I guess that's more of a dovetail. And then here's side notching, and it's broken, of course, serrated, broke there. Here's another side notched, and I would call that a dovetail, I guess, side notched. And then here's another here. Now we go up here, and these are diagonally notched. This is one of the finer points. See if I can get a better shot of it. Flint. Slightly curved. You can see the serrations. I'd say they're probably kind of worn there. This one, I think, diagonal notched with the tail broken off. And the point's broken off of this one, but it's a diagonal here. And then this is a chipped one. This is a bigger one with the diagonal notching. And I believe that was probably a dovetail. It's broken off. Here's another broken, but it has the diagonal notching. And then here's one. I guess maybe that's a diagonal notch with more of a stem-like tail. It's serrations. You can see the flaking, how they flaked it. It's pretty pronounced on that piece. Here's a smaller point. And it has the slightly bifurcated tail. And then here's another one, the point's broken on it. I'm trying to be steady. I'm not very steady. And then here we have it, more of the stem tail. You know, it almost looks like a piece of granite. I'm not sure. More of the straight stem tail. And that's, I guess they call that one a turkey tail, which I'll show you, I think, a better example of that in another piece. This one's broken. I assume that's chert stone. Now here, this is what they call the turkey tail, I believe. And the point's broken on that. And then here's a dovetail. And I think it's broken there, side notched, and it's broken. Here's an example of a bifurcated tail. See, it means it comes out in two, from two sides, small point. Now this, we'll just call this a blade. I've heard this is a knife. It's slightly curved. And I did do some reading. It did say it could be more of a ceremonial type thing. I just don't know. This is a good example of a turkey tail point. And that's a good almost 4 inches long. One of my favorite pieces. I'm not sure whether that's damaged here or not. But I love that. And look at this. This is huge. And that's a stem tail. Piece of flint. You can see how it was flaked. Just love that piece. And then this is a pendant. Anchor pendant, I believe is what it's called. Unfortunately, it's damaged. And then also look at this. I believe this is a hematite piece. I saw a pendant like this on eBay for almost $3,000. But unfortunately it's damaged. But I believe that was called an anchor pendant. You see the hole there where they would put the string or whatever they used to fasten it around their neck. And then if I'm told this piece is to put paint in, so it's like a ancient compact. But anyway, I stand for correction on that. And if you ought to offer any criticism, please be kind, because I'm doing the best that I can. I've wanted to share this for quite some time, and I'm trying to do the best I can. This is a bead, so I'm told. Then we have another little pendant here. It's quartz, looks like. I don't think it's broken. Yeah, I think it might be broken on the corner there. And then another pendant stone here. All right, that pretty much does it for the smaller pieces. I have then, of course, the larger pieces I'll bring in. Let me start out by saying the picture that I did post with announcing, showcasing this collection was from the web. It was simply for advertising purposes. Maybe I should have taken my own picture of what I had, but I guess I kind of wanted to build the suspense. Let me see, we'll start here. I've got quite a few axe heads, grooved ones. As you can see, that's quite a large piece. And we've got another one here. And I'm not sure what stone these are, what kind of stone. But of course you see the grooves. And then this one, I believe they call this a celt type axe head, and it's chipped. You can see there. Then the largest axe head is this one here, and it's chipped. And now let me bring this one up. Here's another one. That's in pretty decent shape. That. And then this one, I mean, it might be broken there. The edge is pretty good, but you can see how they worked the band in it. And here's another one. And like I say, I only have a very rudimentary knowledge of this. And again, if you have comments, please take that into consideration. Be kind. I obviously welcome any information that you would want to share on these pieces. Now this is broken, obviously. And the best I think I could tell from what I was looking at, I think it was called a plummet type stone. And there's quite a bit of controversy about what they were really used for. I don't know, that's all the knowledge that I really have on that. And we have a hold stone here. I guess maybe that was an ornamental piece. I'm not sure what stone that is. And then these, I did a little reading on these. And you know what, to be honest, I can't remember. But it might be a plummet too. So. And then here's some smaller heads here. I'm sure that looks like granite there. Another smaller head. See, I got that one. And this one here. And then let me see, this is my favorite. I think this is a hematite. Slight chip in the edge there. The rest of it, and of course you can see it looks like they used the back of it to hammer with some. So I love that piece. And then look at this. There's a ball, stone ball. And one article I read, they were simply just a game piece, I guess. I'd always thought they were used maybe for milling, but I believe these pieces were what they were used for milling grain. See the end there. Actually, somebody carved a V in that. Maybe that's after the fact, I don't know. But so there's that. And then here's another piece. You can see the end of it's ground down. But it'll go to the 4th generation, which will be my daughter. This collection actually was in a cardboard box for years, wrapped in newspapers. And about 20 years ago, I went up to the high school, to the shop class, and talked to the shop teacher and see if he could make some cases. So I gave him some dimensions, and then we came up with these cases to put them in. So anyway, thanks for watching. And like I said, I do welcome your comments. All right, I think I've covered everything best that I know how.